So that's why I volunteer myself to be on EDC board.
Thank you for that. Motion made by Jeff, here second.
Second.
Second by Ethan. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor? Motion passes.
Who's the president?
Discuss a possible action on appointing Sandra Wright to the EDC board.
So I did reach out to Sandra Wright. I'm not sure if many people know her. She's a individual that is renovating the old bank downtown. She's putting a lot of work in our downtown currently. I do know that she also works a lot of nights at the hospital, so she can't be here tonight. But I do think that she would be a great asset, because she is a business oriented and wants to see at least mostly downtown grow and be a much better place than it is today.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? She's not here tonight, right?
No.
With her schedule, are you concerned about her being able to meet the attendance requirements for the meetings?
I don't think so, because currently we only have to have one a quarter, other than whatever special meetings, so it's really only 4 a year. I don't think she would have a problem doing those. I think as she gets more free time with her bank being finished up, which is getting close to that, may also help in being able to go to the meetings.
Any other questions? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to appoint Sandra Wright to the EDC board.
Motion made by Henry, here a second. Second by Jeff. All those in favor? Motion passes unanimously. So right now, that puts us with 6,
Yes.
and
The
so we need to
will be
get
one more.
Okay. But at least that gives enough work for them. Small,
Grant Smalley and,
Mark Mullen.
Donald Bennett.
Mark Mullen.
no, he's not there. No, Tom Bennett and.
It's Donald Bennett that owns Ronald Wilpin and Grant Smalley, he's still currently on it.
I'm sorry.
Grant Smalley.
I think he lives in Laverne, did I understand? Think correctly, or around that area? I think so. LH is saying yes, so.
He does.
By here.
So,
So,
what was that?
do you know, or can you reach out, there's a couple of them here, if they're meeting, if we're going to hire a director, we need to get that paper signed. So,
And now that there's a board, they can call for a meeting and have the meeting and discuss those topics.
they need to get someone, fill the officers, I guess?
Well, they would, the next one, they would fill who's gonna be the president, vice president, and vice versa.
The bylaws say that we would be appointed by the board after the city appoints the people. And the last time we all appointed somebody, it was illegal. The city manager recommended the vice president to be right then. He, at the city meeting, he put Jason in as president after Van Ray West resigned. That's not the way our bylaws read. It says it will be elected from the people that y'all appoint.
And
Inside.
the meeting y'all had, y'all voted for JC to be the next person.
Can you speak up?
At the next meeting, y'all, after Lynn Ray stepped down,
I will be there, don't worry.
y'all voted to put JC as the next board president. If you read your minutes from that meeting, y'all are the one, the EDC is the one that wanted JC to be the board president.
Can you read your meeting here?
It then came here for approval.
No, that was at the meeting that the city had, I addressed it that night. that it needed to be done, and y'all said that it was all right. And you nominated him.
All right, we can talk about this on a different, y'all can call each other up or whatever, but, all I know is when that was on the agenda, it was on the agenda because they had approved it. Now, whether or not that happened before or not, all I can go is by what was given to us. So, all right, someone else had their hand up here in the front.
Oh, it was me.
Yes.
Maybe we need to talk about it when Facebook comes up, but
Okay.
the EDC Facebook. we'll just talk about
Okay,
that.
I think that's next. So if there isn't anything else on that agenda item, let's go to the next one. Is discussion and possible action to approve the marshal's office to start a Facebook page.
You're up now.
All right, so there's a lot more that goes into getting a Facebook page than anybody realizes here. Okay, being in government, being in law enforcement, I have to take a PIO class, okay, which is a public information officer's course, which tells me what I can and cannot release to the public, right? I also have to take a records retention course, which also tells me what I can and cannot release to the public, right? So this isn't something that we can just start the Facebook page, and it's not only with the marshal's office, but this is also including the city of Stockdale, right? So the city of Stockdale also has, if they start a Facebook page, they have to have somebody manning that, right? Because you do have questions that come in. Now somebody said turn the comments off. Well, that's great. We can turn those comments off, but then we're going to have you guys here asking questions again as to, well, I asked this question on Facebook, why didn't you answer? Well, we can't because we turned the comments off. So we can't answer these questions. Now there's a lot of rumor mills that go around, which is why we decided to start the Facebook page, right? Not only that, there's certain grants that as a law enforcement entity, we cannot get because we cannot post them on Facebook or some type of social media. So this is the reason why we decided to go with getting a Facebook page for the marshal's office, right? Now I have been approached by many of you that asked, why wasn't it posted on Facebook? Well, we don't have Facebook. We don't read Facebook. I sometimes see the Chamber of Commerce post some stuff and I see it and I'm like, okay, well now I know what's going on, right? But that's been the talk of the town, social media. Why isn't it on social media? And then today, I'm learning that most of y'all don't have social media. So when we do post things, and we do post things on the Marshal's website, we will be posting quite frequently to try to stay in compliance so that we can get certain grants to come in for the law enforcement end. Okay? So that is why it's taken so long for us to get it. Good.
All right, so we need to approve the marshal's office to start a Facebook page. Is there any questions? Did I understand you correctly on your Facebook page, on the marshal's Facebook page, you're going to turn off the comments?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
It's because if we don't, then we have to have somebody watching it
Constantly monitoring.
at all times. And we don't have the funding for that. We don't have the time, we don't have the resources, and I don't have the officers to sit there to do this. So,
You can put on your information calls number during these hours. And that's all.
okay. So that is great. And I love those thoughts, right? But you have to remember, I'm only one person here all day. My other officer works at night. So I'm also doing the work of an investigator, because I do have to investigate crimes, because I was told nothing happened in the city of Stockdale, but we'll wait till the very end when I get to my numbers here, right? As to what goes on here. And most don't realize what actually happens here. Right? I was completely surprised and shocked at what actually happens here.
I don't think any of us are shocked.
No. Well, I will tell you right now, if I told you some of the things, you would be shocked. Because you're only privy to what you can see. I'm privy to actually what happens here. And I'm telling you right now, it's shocking.
No, we'll learn on the Facebook page.
You will learn on the Facebook page. You will also, right?
With no comments.
But to be answering calls all day, which I still do now, right? Because my number here is public and everybody calls me. Which I'm okay with. I'm good with giving out information that I can, right? But there's a lot of stuff that I cannot give out. And I have to make sure that I keep that private. So sometimes when somebody calls me and asks me, well, what happened? And I tell them that I can't say what happened because it's an investigation. They get upset about it. And they tell me, well, the last marshal used to tell us. Well, I can't speak for the last marshal. I'm just telling you that it is illegal for me to release that information. So, taking the course to become a public information officer opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that we're not supposed to be doing. That makes it illegal. And I'm sorry, I love every one of y'all, but I do not look good in orange and I will not go to prison for nobody.
All right, any questions about the Facebook page?
All right, you ready to take these classes?
Yes, sir.
You have anything on Facebook page?
No, I do not.
All right. I'll entertain a motion.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So how do we handle the transition, if you will? Things change, people change. Is there?
It is going to be a city run or marshal run, so it will not be attached to my personal cell phone because then it's open to open records request, and I don't want anybody to grab my personal phone, right? That's my personal stuff, my personal pictures, my personal data. So everything will be done on a city cell phone, so that anything that is to open records will get the city data that's on here, not my personal data.
Does the course you're taking, does it have some type of policy that we're going to adopt, or?
Yes, sir. I will list I will actually get once this is approved, I'll start working on an actual policy for social media, and I'll present that to you guys at the next meeting in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe we can post some of our jobs on this social media.
Well, the really good thing about that is I've been in contact because I do have meetings once a month with all the PIOs inside of Wilson County. So I get to meet everybody from across the board, and it is beneficial to have it. But again, I have to warn everybody, right? With good comes bad. And the bad that's going to come out of this is we are going to be on social media, so we're going to have a light on us, which is going to open it up to what? It's going to open us up to, what are they called? Auditors, right? I don't know if anybody knows what an auditor is, right? But having them here, I welcome them. Come on over. I will educate everybody. I love it. I don't think the general public's going to love it. So, again, there is good and there is bad. So, again, we're doing it for the purposes of trying to get more grants to come into the law enforcement end of it.
Absolutely. My son is in law in high school.
Oh, I feel so sorry for him right now. Yes.
A Facebook page. So I know how that works. He started out GPS and now he's ICS. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So I'll entertain a motion on Facebook if there isn't any other discussion.
I'll make a motion to approve the marshal office.
All right. Yeah. Seconded by Henry. All right. All those in favor? Motion passed unanimously. We'll see how it goes. We'll be ready for it. So at a future meeting, you're going to bring the policy. We're going to be able to see everything.
I will have the policy by the next meeting.
Okay. All right. So the next meeting's a couple weeks. If it isn't, we understand. But
I will have it ready by the next meeting.
all right. I gave you a way out. Discussion and possible action to approve a new city ordinance on cell phone use.
Yes. So, really quick. Most don't understand how distracted driving can hurt or kill somebody. Okay? Now, we do have 123 and we have 87 here. And I can't tell you how many people we see come through here on their cell phones and not paying attention to what they're doing. And all it takes is one mess up and they're going to be in the next lane and they're going to hit somebody head on. Just like it almost happened to our officer just the other day. Okay? So, where state law leaves a lot of loopholes in there, and a lot of holes that are in that law that's written, tie our hands into what we can do. So this new city ordinance will assist the marshal's office in actually trying to mitigate against people on their cell phones and distracted driving.
Any thoughts, any questions? You have anything on this, Stephen?
No, it does allow for hands-free, does it not?
Yes, it does. As long as it's hands-free, you're allowed to use your cell phone in your vehicle.
Are you copying an ordinance from another city or what?
Yes, sir. What I do is I take multiple cities that are just like ours. And what I do is I take bits and pieces of it that obviously, yes, that actually pertain to us here. It says the population here is 1,400. There is no way. I don't care what the census says. There's a lot more than 1,400 people here. And I'm going to tell you right now, 90% of all our traffic stops are not citizens of Stockdale. There are people that are coming through our city, speeding, carrying drugs, and a whole bunch of other issues, which I'll tell you all guys here in a minute on my end report. But we need to do something about this. And yes, I do take it from different cities and I put it together to accommodate us and our size.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to approve it if we choose to approve it, but we would still look at that policy and still be able to tweak that if need be.
Yeah.
Should-
That works for y'all.
I got
It's kind of broad.
Yeah, you can always look at the ordinances, they're there, you can change them, you can tweak them, you can move them. Once you get something in place, you know, just like how many times do we bring back the golf cart? You know, over and over, just tweak and move and change, you know. I mean, if we see, like I said, if we see a problem with one of our ordinances or anything like that, we always look at it and say, hey, I see this problem, or this has risen after we instated it, you know, and we relook at them and re-adopt.
Okay. You have a question?
I just make a comment. I'm all for safety, you know, not against anything, but there's a built-in redundancy here with the state law already. Plus, you can't approve a policy you don't have in front of you. Like we need to post a policy and so forth, so we know what we're voting on.
Yeah,
Y'all,
so
you said approve it and then
what
get
we're
the
doing
policy.
today,
That doesn't work.
and that's why I asked the question, we still get, look at the policy. What we're approving today is, yeah, let's start the process to get this here, if that's what they approve. So if they say, yes, we want it, then it's gonna be his job to write that policy, and I don't know if y'all heard Ethan, but he said he wanted to see everything before we vote, and we make sure that's what's
Yeah,
gonna
so
happen.
it'll be voted on again once a policy is presented.
Yes,
Basically, you're voting to get a policy written, not approved.
yes, yes, and that's
Just for
what
clarity.
he's,
I like clarity.
no problem. Any other questions? So, yes, there's a sample one in the back of your packet, but I think we're gonna tweak it and get it more for us. Yeah.
Hey, and I'm sorry, if this sample is what you're wanting to run with, then we can move forward. But
That sample is what I was,
This
so
is-
that is what I
this
put
is-
together for the city of Stockdale.
Okay, no wonder you said you'd have it by the next meeting.
No, I have policies and procedures for the next meeting for Facebook.
So you've had that in your board packet since you had your packet. So if y'all want to approve it with that, you can do that. If y'all want time to look at it, you tell me. What, you have a motion, Ethan, over there?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I didn't realize, when I asked you like that, I was assuming you were still drafting. If what you got here is good, and I've looked at it, in that case, yes, I'm good. I apologize. So I make a motion to approve the ordinance as presented.
All right, we have a motion made by Ethan. Do I hear a second? Second by Saul. All those in favor? Motion passes. All right, next agenda item is discuss a possible action on adapting a resolution to apply for the Texas Water Development Board grant for water infrastructure in the amount of $6 million.
So the actual wording and everything is in your packet for that. This is basically on these grants, we have to adopt a resolution for every one of them. That's basically y'all saying, we do want to go out for this, grant and try and secure this money. Everything on this would include a new ground storage tank, a new elevated tank, new filters at the water plant, and it also includes the active water well rehab that we're currently doing right now. So all of those projects are in this. We're hoping that we get all of it. We'll be happy if we get some of it currently. But that's what is included in what we're going out for the Texas Water Development Board.
So it would, if we do get it, it would reimburse the money that's being spent right now?
Yes.
Okay.
They look for projects that are shovel ready, that have already gone through engineering, all of that, ready to roll, but we can get actual extra points for shovel ready. We've reached out to mobile tank companies for pricing ground storage tanks. The only one that's still kind of in the air of what would end up being done with it would be the filters, because we would have to reach out to an engineer to get some kind of idea of what's going to be there. Because currently, like I said, we backwash our filters, and all of that backwash water goes to the sewer system. If we can capture a big portion of that, that's extra water that we're allocated from our groundwater that we can reuse. So that's the idea, is to have a filter system with a backwash that we can use 90% of the water that we backwash.
Currently, how much money have you spent on the water systems?
On the water well or water system?
All of them.
So we haven't spent anything on the other projects. Currently, what we're going to spend out on the water well is just about $350,000. So, and I did get the water report back today. I can put that later in the deal. The water quality of that well is actually better than 5, which is just down the hill from it.
Now, if we spend on the sewer system, will that help with the sewer system, Michael?
Well, I mean, yeah, because we're not backwashing all that water, it's extra flow taken off the sewer system also. Plus, remember, we're only allocated so many acre feet through Evergreen. Every acre feet that we can grab back is water, in people's glasses.
So this $350,000 that we spend on rehabbing an existing well saved us how much money compared to the new well we're gonna drill and the new sewer system?
It was over $3 million.
$3 million. And it would have been the ultimate redundant, because transparency, we talked about this all. One of the things you said earlier, you like transparency, by not going through with the new water well and spending $3 million, but rehabbing this one. We're only, as he said, we're only allocated a certain amount of water acre feet through the Evergreen. We would have built a brand new water well and wouldn't have been able to even
Get more water.
we wouldn't have been able to get any more water. It would have been redundancy. It would have been a waste of $3 million. All the things we're talking about tonight, I feel like that's huge. It's huge. Very huge.
All right, any other questions on the resolution?
Make a motion to approve the resolution as presented.
All right, motion made by Ethan, here a second. Second by Jeff, all those in favor? Motion passed unanimously. Next item is discussion and possible action on making the Stockdale Stars and Stripes 4th of July event a yearly event pending budget funding.
I've been approached by many citizens and people in council that would like to see this be a running yearly event every year. I did put in there that it's pending budget approval. Also, it's an event like this hinges highly on working and getting sponsorships also in the future. So bringing it in front of y'all to see if y'all want it to continue as a yearly event.
I wasn't in town, but I heard that it was.
It's pretty awesome.
It was a bigger success.
I got one question. What does approve of this, say July 4th? You don't think it's gonna take away from the chamber?
It will,
It will.
especially if you
It
start
will.
sponsorships, yeah.
Our sponsorships.
But I think that's what y'all want anyways.
I can tell you right now, not one of our sponsors came from, one of them did, but they're a new business here in town. I didn't want to pull from, their pool of people. I mostly dealt with, vendors like, waste management, waste connections, whatever, and people are line barbers, the people that we use to the court. So yeah, I try and use a different source.
I have no part in any of this anymore. I'm not part of the chamber anymore. I'm not doing it too. But I did notice every time that the chamber would post something, like, hey, we need vendors, a city thing would pop up, hey, we need vendors. Hey, we have an event, a city post pop, hey, we have an event. It was just like, can we, yeah, like, I know you want to advertise for it and everything, but they were hardcore into it, was about to happen. And then it was like, every time they posted something, there was an almost exact post with the same thing happening. I feel like they all have to be on the same thing.
Well, if that was the case, then so was
It may be
Livonia, so was
coincidence, it was
Livonia,
just-
because I think every time we posted something about ours, Livonia would copy and post something about their Fourth of July event. So.
My only other thing is, we're not on this whole Facebook page, starting to post on the Facebook page, and start posting on the city. Yeah, I think the city has to be part of that start to start.
It's not, currently, it's not a city sanctioned
No,
Facebook
I'm
page.
just
Just
saying,
like
it's
Stockdale,
very-
what's going on in Stockdale and what's really going on in Stockdale,
But it's
a lot of people
exactly-
believe that that's a city,
No, we specifically say that is not city run multiple times. I just spell that. Because I am the admin and the great leader.
but I'm saying a lot of people do believe that.
I wasn't here, I was just, so I have no.
Mr. Breaker?
Yes, so as far as that goes, if they have the 4th of July, right after the Jubilee, yes, it does affect it. Why can't the city promote the Jubilee? You've got a 4th of July celebration in Seguin, you've got one in Livonia. So are you trying to compete with them?
I'm not sure how you're saying promote. If you're saying promote by using money, we can't use city.
I'm not talking about money.
Okay.
Maybe some of your time. Why don't you go down there and volunteer? You make money from the city.
But
So
if
why don't you go
I
down
am
and
doing
volunteer?
something for them that as a city employee, I must be paid by
Oh,
whoever.
my gosh, you can volunteer.
Personal time, volunteers, it's personal time.
So, did it till I was 50?
I was going to make this event until I found out it was on Father's Day weekend.
So, you don't want to be in the city?
If
I understand you live in Floresville, so
If it's
why
a
aren't you
city
here
event,
helping out?
then I would probably try and make it, but I'm not gonna make it every time on Father's Day weekend.
Friday night.
Father's Day is on Sunday.
All right, we will go back and forth. We hear your comment. Where we at? So,
Whether or not,
yeah, so, one thing that we're, I guess what I'm hearing is that we can only do one thing here in the city.
No.
No.
It's so close to the Jubilee time and it's.
So
and the hearts of people are
not to
still-
do anything on the 4th of July.
You're competing against Seguin and Livonia. When I was on the chamber, when we got bands to be for the Jubilee, I told them I will not use you if you go to Kosciuszko. That's when they used to have dances every weekend. And so I went to Kosciuszko and I said, we won't do anything on the nights y'all do something. Like on your picnics, we won't do it. So you're competing against two cities for something that could be done on the Jubilee. I saw what was on Facebook. They promoted the 4th of July deal. Great. Why didn't you get them to promote the Jubilee?
that's not me.
It's not you. You
That's
could
not a
use
city,
your
that's not a
resources to
city,
get the
that's not
job.
a city, Facebook page, that is not the city.
You could
The
use your
EDC
resources
on
to
there,
help the job.
EDC.
The EDC has a page
It's not a
too.
city page.
They have a
But
Facebook
you
page.
posted stuff
I
on
do
there.
not.
What about the 4th of July event competes for the chamber? What about this event takes place?
The sponsorship, since it's so close to Jubilee.
Which sponsors did the 4th of July steal from the
We
Jubilee?
do have.
We're not saying they stole them, but it was.
If you're gonna try to grow it and get bigger, then it's gonna.
Which
compete.
sponsors that were gonna support the chamber instead chose to support the 4th of July?
Eventually it'll get there, not,
That's
maybe
what
not
we're
right
saying.
now. But you don't have a list of who we have other than like what we post online, and we don't know who you've got, right? And so eventually it will collide, and you'll end up, we're gonna lean on the same companies, or people would like to reach out to you, just like they reach out to us, and so if they're being hit back to back, it can be a
They'll
conflict.
just drop it all together.
Not saying it's that way right now, but it can be.
So we don't know of a single sponsor that has had to decide on whether they want to support the chamber or the 4th of July.
No, because this was a brand new event this year. So there hasn't been enough time for that to happen. But what we're saying is eventually it will happen. Eventually it will happen.
And how much do you think is going to be taken away?
A lot. I mean, we don't make very much. By the time all is said and done, we're lucky to get through it, right? And so if we lose anything, it's really gonna affect us tremendously. And again, right now, we don't know, maybe this year was great and like, it's not gonna affect you guys or us, but we really need the backing to make this possible.
Maybe 3, 4, or 5 years down the road, it might hit us both significantly, to the point where somebody doesn't, you go all around Stockdale, well, I don't wanna go to the chambers because it's gonna piss off the city, I don't wanna go to the city because it's gonna piss off the chambers.
Why would it upset either one?
It was free.
We didn't charge anybody to get in.
It was absolutely free.
So why would this upset either organization?
You're looking for sponsorships, and I know as a company owner, I get hit by a ton of sponsorships, and I have to decide which one to give to.
Who sponsored
That's
this?
not fair.
Steven, who sponsored the
So
4th
we
of
had
July?
Hanson, CTW, Linebarger, can't think of all of them.
Have y'all ever reached out to any of those three?
E3.
No, sir. But what I'm saying is eventually, don't you think the worlds will collide?
Good communication.
So
do
are we allowed to
Do we
make
stop
sure-
doing something for the citizens for this thing that might happen that hasn't, I mean.
So then are we gonna say, can I look at your list and you look at ours? Or, I mean, are we gonna actually work together and it'll be pleasant? Are we gonna do that? Can we agree on that? Like, I've never seen that happen so far.
We haven't had
So-
any events, this was the first time we've ever.
No, but I'm just saying in general, right? I mean, really, like, in general, are we gonna work together?
I don't see why not.
First off, but you can come and do an open records request, and I have to by law give you that list.
We don't mind giving it to you anyway.
Yeah.
It's a phone call. Mr. Hyman has my phone number. I assure you, I've called him more than he has called me, all right? Many other of your board members, I have called. I have a personal relationship with.
Okay.
I feel like we're concerned about something that is over here fighting when we could do something to benefit all the citizens. It's a free event. If you're worried about the sponsors, maybe we can figure out and say, hey, we'll just do it with city funding, and however much money we have, that's how much of an event we do, right?
I mean, I think that sounds great. It's not that we want to take that away. I heard a lot of good feedback, great feedback, to be honest. But again, we depend on every dollar. And if we don't have that, then we can't give what the community has looked forward to for many, many years. That's my concern.
I'm sorry you feel like we would try to take away from the chamber. I've heard several people seem to think that we're against the chamber. It's very disappointing. But, all that said.
The what?
Yeah.
The float?
I know, the lawyer.
If we were to list the things that the city does to get ready for the chamber, if they could tell you all the things that we go
Oh, I
down
was
there
on
and do
there
for
and I
them.
get it, but we
Yeah.
should work collaboratively. We can charge like $1 for 99 years.
Hold on, LH, please, okay? I'll call on you, I promise.
Yeah.
We try. We
Finish.
No,
really
but
try.
like with other stuff, like the school leases the baseball, all the city park stuff, it's like $1 a year or something. So do that, have a whole agreement, like you have access to it for $1 a year, and I'll give you the damn dollar out of my pocket, just to not have to do that. There are ways to go around it, and you can charge and give them that room and not say, good luck.
No, I
There,
agree with that
in lieu
100%.
of that, we have to have something from the school showing what they're doing for the citizens of Stockdale. the school lets us know that I have this many children in our school that is going to be playing.
I've got you, Ms. Stone. You can
So-
figure it out.
I guarantee you, they can give you the list of the Queen's Court and the scholarships that they've given every year. And all the volunteer hours and the number of families that
And
they've
there's
adopted at
a lot of
Christmas.
stuff going right now behind the scenes that I will be sitting down in the next few weeks with everybody involved and going over. Because like I've said 100 times, if I find out something's not right or not legal, or we can't do something a certain way, I stop right then and we find how we can do it legal.
That's what we asked him to do.
And that's where we're
By
at
the
right
time we
now.
hired
There's a
him.
lot of
And I
moving
get it,
parts,
but that
and
takes,
it's
that
not.
takes a one phone call
I can
to
tell you
have
right
all
now,
that put
it's
down for
not
$1
just,
a year.
it's not just the chamber that you're gonna see changes. There's a lot of different entities that are gonna be, affected, but we are working through those currently.
So when all of this came up, pull up LH, then the Stockdale, and then I go back in. The first call we made was to the attorney, and all of this started with something that the EDC done, all right? They called us and said, that's a gift of public funds. You're responsible for all this tax money, these guys right here. So we said, okay, take a look at everything. So he said, do this, this, and this. Our first question was, how can we lease out that baseball field that belongs to the city? And he told us how. So if they tell us a way, we didn't show up, I promise you, all the Chamber of Commerce here, we didn't show up one day and say, you know what, let's get some money from them. I promise you, we did not do that. But when it becomes our liability for the way we're spending, everyone has said it here tonight, your tax money, y'all pay taxes, I pay a lot of taxes. So that's all we're trying to do. And I will commend our city manager, because he has done exactly what we've told him to do. We want to do everything legally. We want to let people know what we're doing, and that's what we're trying to do.
If we're trying to be transparent, why are there not city minutes or recorded meetings to be found anywhere?
So we
Can I ask a question on that? I've been here 2 years. Can you tell me where your city minutes were posted 3 years ago?
Most of the time you could find them they would be shared on a Facebook page. I always managed to get copies of them. They were on the Stockdale TX, whatever that old website was, you could find them on there. They were available in
Because the
multiple
city
ways.
had no website.
They did have a website. I promise you.
The city did not
Okay,
have
well,
a website.
the
That's
same
the
person that did the chamber and the city website posted the city information. It was Rick Rutland.
Anyway, we approved the
I mean,
minutes
they
every,
posted.
we approve them here. I mean, we posted every single thing that we do. I mean, it would be a lot of stuff. I'm not saying we can't do
They
it.
record it and they do it, you scan
Yes.
it and go. It does not, I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna go, I don't think we can agree tonight, but we'll go with LH and then up here and then back to the back. Yes, sir, LH.
I'd like just to point out how much stuff that y'all are talking about. This building here was a fire department. It was built by the community for nothing. It had shuffleboards right here, shuffleboards right there. That's when I was a child. The lot over there that y'all use for your office, the fire department building. The one the EDC uses, EMS building. Mr. Bain donated the firehouse, but we've got to pay to use it. The chamber owned Mr. Barth's place.
And paid for it. That's.
We paid for it.
So is there a question? I
Yes, the
understand
question
that.
is, why are y'all so in charging our chamber when we had an agreement, when we gave that to the city for use for them all?
Because the Chamber of Commerce is just like any one of your businesses. If we give them, and this is what the attorney says, believe me, okay? I'm gonna tell you what he said. If you give them free rent, why aren't you gonna give your business free rent?
Well, we gave the school, we gave them $1.
I'm just telling you,
I'm just telling you
this
what we
is not my idea, okay? It's something that we have to follow.
But can you guys vote on that? So if your attorney tells you and advises you, this is the law, which, you have to follow the law. But then at that point, can you as city councilmen say, well, we're gonna vote on allowing them to pay us $1 or whatever? Are you able to do that and vote on changing that for a
No,
chamber?
no, ma'am, because, what we do for one company or one individual or one, we gotta do it. So let's just say the worst business that everybody hates here, I ain't gonna mention any names because I may hit one on the head here. Let's say the worst one that nobody wants around here, and they come and they say, I want free rent.
I'm struggling right now.
And we say no. Everyone votes, there, no way, nobody wants you here. Yeah, all he has to do is say, well, how come you gave this individual or this company? And that's what we have to face. Churches and schools do the same thing. They
What if
have
you're
to.
able to show that they help the community? Like, I think.
If there's a way they can do it,
Well, they
I'll be
provide
glad.
free
I'll
PR
be
at
glad.
every single parade that they go to.
Is that, could you ask?
I think our
Is
city
there-
manager
is there
just said a
loopholes
few
to
minutes
that?
ago that he's meeting and trying to,
Okay.
but for right now, once they tell us this is a gift of public funds, the next month we do it, it's our fault. We can plead ignorance once, maybe twice, some of us a little bit more, but, after that, you know, it becomes our problem. We just need the right group of people to come in here and sue us or whatever. I'm sorry, they got a little bit long. I think.
That's okay, but I remember writing checks as the treasurer, secretary treasurer of the Chamber of Commerce, every month, taking it to the bank to Gene and Irene Barnes.
Mhm.
I thought that the park belonged to the chamber. When did the city take ownership of the park?
Years.
No, somebody gotta know.
No.
I don't think the city owns it. I think the chamber owns it.
Well then we're doing wrong right now by cutting grass and maintaining it.
Okay, that's fine, but I'm telling you, the city, I made payments. I don't remember who made the deal with Mr. Barnes, but he wanted to get rid of it. And then Aikens bought the part where, that's in the front.
Yes, I remember all of that.
So,
I got you, sir. Let me go with this paper first and then we'll.
Just let you know,
He's going to first
because
and later.
Alvin and Lester donated it to the city. And then the more.
It's on the
we
plaque
built-
in front of the field.
Do what?
It's on the plaque in front of the field.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
sir.
then
That's what-
whenever we built the rodeo grounds, they turned that over to the chamber. So that's how that went.
Okay. Appreciate that. I remember the names and I remember that when you said it, I was like, I can remember that. Yes, sir.
Can we get back to line item F?
Thank you. Thank you for doing my job. Yes, do you have anything to say on that? Any other questions? So right now, we're
I'll make a motion to work closely with the chamber to see what we can do to continue having this 4th of July event and make sure that we are aligned on sponsors. One's not affecting one or the other, right? Be it vendors, however we have to work on that. Let's work closely with the chamber to figure that out.
If we can't make it work, then we don't do it.
If the funds aren't there, then we're very
I think we would all agree,
responsible.
being homegrown, born and raised citizens of Stockdale, who, I mean, I'm 40 years old and I still look forward to the Jubilee, like a little kid. And I still remember riding the Gravitron and the Zipper and all the crazy rides that used to come and, you know, yes. And so I don't ever want that to end. I want my kids to be there. I want, hopefully one day, or when I get it, I want my grandkids to possibly enjoy that. So I can assure you that that's what we want, you know, and however, whatever we have to do to try to make that work, that's what we want.
all right, we have a motion from Ethan. Was that a second from you, Joe?
It's a second.
All those in favor? All right, motion passes unanimously. The next item is agenda item N, that's discussion and possible action on the renewal of the contract between the city of Stockdale and the city manager. We are going to go into closed session. The time now is 9:15. I'm going to call us in closed session under executive session concerning section 551.074 under personnel matters.
Y'all can stay in here. Y'all can stay in here. Walk out. Come on, side.